right, Dan Chabanov, you are racing with nycross.com, correct?
Yep, new team just for the cross season.
Awesome. Day 1, Gloucester 2010. Tell us, where was your start, first of all?
I was in the 5th row, so I was my number was 40, so I guess I was called up 40th. I don't know, man. I've never been out here before. I've never done this race before, and it's just kind of like talking about diving off the deep end, you know? It's like first time you ever do probably the biggest race on the East Coast. It's like doing it with those jokers over there. It's like, you know, fucking Captain America over there.
So it was a really fast start. Went down. You guys were hitting some serious speed, and then I noticed, I think there was a crash, or at least one rider went down in the turn. Did that?
I think Justin Spinelli, Richard Sachs went down, took a couple guys. I think another couple of dudes went down in the sand pit the first time through. It was a really hectic start. A lot of bumping, a lot of shoving, a lot of high speed. You know, it's a downhill start, so it's like you're going to be carrying a lot of speed into some tight corners, and everybody's trying to be in the same place at the same time. So I managed to stay upright, had a good start, got into a group, you know. It was smooth for me, so I was happy.
Talk about how the early part of the race went for you.
The first couple of laps, I found myself in a small group with Meyerson, and we were kind of catching up to a couple of people.
That must have felt kind of cool.
Yeah, totally. I mean, he's a great rider and been a pro for like 20 years, and it's like, whoa. You know.
And he's hard to miss with the yellow shoes and the tattoos. And
yeah, no, and he's a really nice guy, and it's just fun it's kind of nice to find yourself riding with people like that. You learn a lot, you know, and unfortunately I don't have the kind of skills that he does yet. It's like, he wasn't even really riding that fast, it's just that he would take lines through corners that, you know, I don't know how to do yet, and I would just burn a lot of matches closing those little gaps that would constantly open because, you know, through the north section, it's just really bumpy and really technical, and I'm also a really light guy, so I get thrown around a lot.
Now, is that true for all the corners, or the slower ones in particular, or just pretty much all of them?
Just the really bumpy corners, the really technical stuff where you got to really pick your line through the rooted sections, things like that, you know. Guys like that just take him so much faster, you know. I mean, he's been doing this for 20 years. Cycling is a sport you get better at with experience.
In the second half of the race?
After I fell off that group, a couple of guys caught me, and I was kind of in a group of 4. I had a Bike Reg, Joe's Garage guy with me, and a Jameis guy, and a couple other dudes. I think it was a guy from Spider Tech. Came down from Canada, and we kind of battled it out for like 20th and 25th, the last money places, and I beat the guy from Joe's Garage and Jameis in the sprint. Ended up like 23rd. I mean, it's just such a hard race. I remember this being a lot more fun last year when I raced, you know, the 2s and the 3s. It's just, you get into this and it's like, well.
Towing the line with, you know, the national champion and Jay Powell, all those guys. I mean, what's going through your mind at the start? Is it just chaos in your mind, or are you cool and calm?
I just don't learn the stuff. I would be a lot more nervous if I was on the front row with those guys, but since I'm 4 rows back, I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of just blank. I'm not really thinking about much, you know. It's my first season in the elites, and you know, I was talking to Richard Sachs, and because we were talking about you know, just about me racing and being 23 and whatever, and like, you know, it's my first real season racing cyclocross, so I don't really have a ton of expectations. You know, my goals are just to like consistently be top 25 at the big races, getting the money. I got some UCI points last weekend, so that was a goal of mine And
Last week you won Saturday, is that right?
Saturday was a 1-2-3 race
Okay.
on UCI. It was a little bit smaller, like maybe 25 guys.
Now it's really hard to compare a race like that with a race like Gloucester today. But
Oh, totally.
what if you had to compare them? What are the differences? Is everything just that much harder and faster, or is there something in particular that makes a race like this that much harder?
Honestly, Saturday I just had a really good day. I felt good, and I was riding with guys that were kicking my ass last year, and I had a good ride. You know, it just kind of came together. And races like this, you know, you can have the ride of your life, and you know, the ride of your life is still going to get you like 15th. It's a whole new ball game, and you know, it's like you watch this race, and it's like the first 5 guys in the race are racing a completely different race. You know, and then there's 20 guys behind those 5 guys that are in another race, and then behind those guys is everybody who's picking up dollars through the run-up.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you take any money or beer?
No, I was counting. I wanted to get some beer. Nobody handed me any, so that was a bummer. But
You really had your head in the game.
well, I was counting the places I was in, and I told myself, you know, as long as I'm in the money spots, taking dollars is stupid because, you know, at the end of the race I'm gonna get like whatever. I think minimum payout at a UCI race is like $30. You know, so I'd have to pick up 30 singles down there. You know, but if I was out of the money, I would have just like stopped and picked up everything.
Right.
Although if I saw a 20 on the ground, I probably would have got it.
It's a lot of money.
Everybody's got their price.
It's a lot of money. Excellent. It's coming back tomorrow then to battle. Do you have anything in mind how you might change up your strategy a little bit?
Probably not. We'll see if they stage us based on results today.
That would put you in a significantly better position.
Yeah, I mean, I would be 3rd row as opposed to 5th row. So my start will be a little less hectic. It's also an uphill start tomorrow, so it's just going to be a little bit slower, a little bit calmer.
For a lighter guy like you, that might benefit you.
You know, honestly, I need to like figure out a way to put on like 5 or 7 pounds for cross season because I get thrown around a lot, you know. And
I mean, I got 5 or 7 I could spare. I mean,
yeah. If we figure out how to trade, you know, I totally take that for the cross season. I mean, road season not so much but this is a whole different ball game.
awesome.
I just remember this being a lot more fun last year.
So the old saying is, you know, you ride with these super fast guys and you get faster. That's how you get faster. Is that true?
I like to think so. You know, it'd be nice to get better. Just really fast. You know, and the thing that sucks is like, it's not gonna get any easier. You're just gonna go faster, but it's still gonna suck.
Lamont used to say, it doesn't get easier, you get faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's good old Greg LeMond. I wonder what he feels like about the whole Contador thing.
I wonder too. I guess we'll have to wait a little bit more and see until.
I mean, my 2 cents, blood doping. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why you have a minute amount of random ass substance show up in your bloodstream that would only be useful as a build-up to a Grand Tour and not during. You know, it's like you injected old blood from your build-up period while you were on clenbuterol. If that's how you pronounce it.
Clen for short.
Whatever.
We now officially have Dan Chabanov's take on the Contador brouhaha. All right, well, good luck tomorrow, man. Congrats today.